Okay, we're live.
Good morning, guys. Saturday, 10 a.m. Like I said, we're once a week on 10 a.m. If TikTok starts to go dark or if it starts to make an adjustment, we will be here more during the week, probably around the 8:30 area, like we were there. Wednesdays, Fridays. Okay, we'll keep you posted. But if you hear about TikTok going dark, look for us here on YouTube at 8:30 during the week. But we're always going to be here Saturday at 10 a.m. Another busy week, another market making all-time highs, but only certain things are making all-time highs, not everything. But the ones that are popping, they got such leverage and they carry a big part of the indexes that you hear. S&P's making highs, NASDAQ making high, Dow Jones making highs. But then there's a bunch of stocks that are going nowhere, and some of the big name stocks are actually lagging. It's kind of we don't have the confirmation yet, but we got all our signals telling us there's a big pullback coming. So we've been trading accordingly. But just to give you an idea, yep, this is the NASDAQ. Okay, new highs. S&P, new highs. But yet you got some of these big name stocks. Netflix. Had a good week for Netflix. Okay, I'm just going over some of the big names. See how they lag? Okay, so now they're starting to not perform when they should be the leaders. Apple had a big pullback. Okay, now we'll see if it's going to have a bounce here. Okay, but some of the names, they just don't seem to be here to go. This week, I think Amazon was another one that didn't have a good week. Same thing, okay? That doesn't look like a market that's on all-time highs. Something that we've been bearish, unfortunately, I haven't been shorted, but I've been bearish. Well, bearish doesn't mean anything unless you have it on, was Boeing. And now look at Boeing. Okay? So my point is, you're hearing the all-time highs, gets you excited. You think in your account, beautiful, I'm doing well. But you have these other stocks, okay? You don't have just the one or two that pop. You had some news out on Oracle. So it had the largest move it's had in 20-something years, okay? So that's what takes the indexes higher. Okay, you had Google News, that popped. Okay, so those are in your part of your portfolio, but if you got the other ones, you may not be, when you get your statements or watch where your performance is, it may not be as strong as you think. What are we looking at? We're looking for ways to get out of our longs. We're looking for rotations into sectors that we think are cheap. And you know, if you're following us, what our opinion is, it's commodities. We think commodities are very cheap and going to get repriced. Okay, what we've been on for the last year and a half, even 2 years, is gold. Okay, I mean, this is gold, all-time highs. Okay, put everybody nice and quiet. It got itself comfortable here. Consolidating. People say gold's going to be quiet for a while. Here we go again. Our sleeper of the summer, which is now the summer is over. Silver, look at silver. Keeps on going. Has been up here in 15 years, 15-year high. And we got a few other ones that we're on now. We have a couple other sleepers. Belong to our group. You're going to know what they are. But in the interim, we like platinum. We like palladium. We had our favorite home run of the year stock that we got out of, cashed it in, and we're putting it right back on. If you've been following us, it's SBSW. Anyone who's been following us knows this has been our favorite stock. What do? We had it all in all year. We got out on the highs, and then we said we're going to get back in. And what do? We got back in, back in, back in, back in. Now look, it looks like it's ready to go again. So this was our home run trade of the year. There's a good shot. Our second home run could be this again because we think this one's got room on the upside. Commodities we think are very cheap. If you've been following us, we talk about all commodities and how to get commodity exposure. We talked about foods being very cheap. Okay, and we get a lot of questions on this. So we had what we wanted to see yesterday. We had a grain report come out because we like grains down here. And the grain report was bearish. And the stories are bearish. There's a bearish story on soybeans. There's a bearish story on corn. Then you get a bearish report come out. You say, oh boy, these things are going to go down. And our opinion is this has been filtered in, priced in, and the market has gotten itself skewed the other way. So put yourself in this scenario. Corn, U.S. exports corn all over the planet. Well, because of the tariffs, because of the global friction, we've lost a lot of our contracts. Okay, so people that buy corn used to buy from us, they buy from other countries. This is public knowledge. It's been going on for a few months. So the price of corn should go lower. The speculators say, well, no one's going to be looking for our corn no more. It's going to go lower. What's our opinion? No matter where you're buying this corn, the globe isn't shrinking. It's going to get consumed. And most of the corn on this planet, 90% of it, doesn't feed is on the cob for me. It feeds animals. So you're not going to change that chain that's going on. Okay, so what do? We see the market is short a lot of corn. Okay, yesterday get the report, it's bearish. Let's look at the corn chart, because we have this on pretty large. You'd say, oh boy, this can't be good, right? Look at the corn chart. Is the market caught short or what? This is the edges that we bring to the market. Why? Because people trade just off of charts. People trade just off of fundamentals. Okay, we trade off of 3 different factors: charts, fundamentals, and our third factor. If you belong to the group, you know what it is. This is the epitome of what the way we trade compared to others. Okay, when the market's saying it's a bearish report, the market is bearish, look how it goes down. We're saying to ourselves, this is an amazing opportunity. So we got corn on, and we got corn on large, and now we're in a big area. Now the edges, hopefully, is my experience, because I've been trading commodities for over 40 years. So my opinion is we are just starting, and you can have a little action up here, and then if it moves properly, then you're going to have a nerve. And that's when you turn a single into a triple or a home run. But think about it, guys. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks. Started down here. Said all we need, the best thing that could have happened. Yesterday, when the grain report came out, people in the group saying, oh boy, look at this bearish report. This can't be good. I said, this is the perfect test for us. I said, let's see it come in lower and watch it go higher, and then it's going to trigger something. We think it's starting to trigger. Did it in soybeans, did it in wheat. They all closed on the highs, all with bearish reports. But my point is, commodities, I think, are mispriced, and they're starting to get exposed. We've shown you that in gold, silver, base metals are starting to do it now. Now we're starting to show it in foods. Okay.
All right. Yeah, we have some questions here.
Okay.
Wheat had a nice pop yesterday. What are your thoughts?
That's one of the grains we're talking about. Now, soybeans has a story, okay? Soybeans, our biggest customer. I'm saying it, maybe I'm saying it the wrong way. Our biggest customer is China. So we don't have a global deal yet, trade deal. So the price of beans has come down to a below an area that it shouldn't be. Okay, so it's too cheap. It bounced, closed on the highs. Wheat doesn't have a story. Okay, the wheat's moving with the whole grain sector. But I've traded wheat, and wheat is the scariest out of all the wheats. Now, in our opinion, is we closed on the highs yesterday too, with a bearish report. If the whole grain sector is going to change, then the different grades of wheat are going to change, and wheat's going to pop. Now, wheat you got to trade very differently, because that looks like something where if it goes from here to here, we'll put up the chart. I'm using my hands. I got it right here. This is Kansas City wheat. Okay, now there's different kinds of wheat. One wheat you make bread with, one week you make cake with, another week you make macaroni, semolina. Okay, different grades. And they're all different grades. So now when you can buy a better grade wheat at a discount to a lower grade wheat, it's an opportunity. And that's what's going on right now. So pretty much the wheat that makes bread, which is called Kansas City wheat, it's called, the soft red, hard red is what they call it. That's what it is down here. Now we got this on large. Okay, now if this closed on the highs, this has got so much room if the grain complex is going to change. So if we think the grain complex is going to get exposed short, beans will go up, corn will go up, and wheat will follow. And this will follow the most. Okay, so we think that, and this is, when it moves, it's a different animal. It can go. So this can go. So we have it on large. We also have we have the other grades of wheat on too. But we think this is the one you want to be on.
I have a question.
Yes.
Matt V's asking, is there a good ETF for grains?
No. We've been asked that in the group. Okay, you don't get leverage. The reason these work, because you get nice leverage out of this. I know the ETFs, I wish I had some kind of grains. We trade grains. When we trade grains through stocks, we've done this a few times this year, and it's worked. We trade peripherals. We trade food processors. We trade fertilizer. So I'm going to show you what we do when we're bullish down here. We were bullish at the beginning of the year in grains. So we bought a fertilizer company, Mosaic, M-O-S. I just got to find everything, M-O-S. And we caught this. Okay, so this is a way of getting peripheral exposure. We had M-O-S on down here. Look at the move. That's bullish grains, so we know fertilizer is going to go up. We cashed it out, and we're waiting because we're looking to put it back on. If it goes down, we had it on again. We bought it here and then sold it here for a second trade. But this was something we traded. But this we had an opinion on. We could trade that, or we could trade a food processor, because those grain ETFs, they're not going to give. Think about it. What a nice move that was. If you got the ETFs, you made nothing. Another way is peripheral way is Bunge or Archer Daniels. This is the one we like, Bunge. Okay, we had this one on too. We've traded this for a while. This is a food processor. So if the grains do start to go, coffee's going, cocoa's going, sugar's going, then this is going to start to go too. Okay, right now it's in a range. But these are the alternative ways if you want to trade equities. In my opinion, I think these are better to trade than the ETFs.
What's the ticker for this one?
Okay, Bungie is BG. Okay.
All right. Do you subscribe to the melt up opinion to why the markets are going up?
Yes, I do. You know why? Because I think people I have respect for are looking at the markets the same as me. Valuations are blown out. They just keep feeding on themselves. And so we can't find a way to become bullish. We haven't been getting short. If I was being aggressive up here, I would be short. But I think professionals are getting short. So they're getting short and it's not working, they're stopping out. Not short, it's working, stopping out. Okay? I'm in that camp. So I think the melt up is just stopping out the people with the same ideas as me. And pretty soon I'm going to be getting myself short too. And maybe I'll be stopping out. But I think once that's done, and then retail side or the public side realizes this is just, they don't keep blowing air into this balloon, then I think it's going to correct. My opinion, the stock market now is a giant balloon with holes in it. But money keeps coming in and it keeps blowing air as air keeps coming out. But once that money stops going in, I think the balloon is going to contract. And then we're going to have this correction.
All right. If you wanted to buy one of the grains now, which one would you pick?
Kansas City wheat. Okay, that's the discounted wheat compared to the wheat complex. It's the one that buys bread. The one I just showed you, Kansas City wheat. If I had to buy one now, if I want one, they're all going to go that can hit a nerve. I think the corn market's getting ready to hit a nerve. But I think if you come back, 2 months from now, you're going to see in the grain complex it corrects. Then you're going to see that chart and say, "Wow, this Kansas City wheat was cheap."
Next question: are you out of CMG?
Yes, we got out. When we're wrong, you get out. Okay. This is the group we talk all day, we chat all day, and there's nothing wrong with losing. I pick losers just like I pick winners. But you got to control your losses. There's nothing wrong with a small loss. You can have it become a big loss. Yes, we got out of CMG. Okay? If you're wrong, you got to take your lumps. Okay, we bought it here, thinking that the market extended, went into this area and can bounce. Once it got through here, it was wrong. So we got out of our position. I have no more CMG on.
How many positions do you have in at once, and how do you balance your portfolio?
Yes. You know what? That's a great question because people have been asking us that. Right now, just let me glance. Probably got around 15 positions on. We go anywhere from 15 to 30 positions. We're at the lowest end because we've been cashing a lot of stuff in. When you have something like a CMG that don't work, or you have 2 or 3 that don't work, but you have balance, because we have balance, then those don't move the needle. Okay, we got to think about it. A couple losers. We got a lot of winners that we're cashing out, and I'm going to show you where we stand for the year, so you can see this process works. You got to keep balance. We don't go all in on everything. We go in when we like something. If we like it more, then we will add. But we don't believe in going on 1, 2, 3, 4% of our portfolio. And then if we like it, maybe we'll do it again. We'll add a little more or pieces in. And then you may wind up with 6, 7, 8%. That's how we trade.
B. Young's asking, will your opinion change on CMG?
My opinion? I won't look at it now. I won't look at it until it got back above that area, 42, 43. Then I'll look at it again. But right around here, it's wrong. If you're wrong, you leave it alone. You move on, because I could focus on something else, which is all of a sudden, with that grain report yesterday, that's become my focus. So I'm out of CMG, and it's not in my rate. It's not on my radar right now.
Okay, so make it known, the stocks that we put up on social media, that's only like a small percentage.
Just finished telling. We got 15 to 30 positions on. You see a couple here or there. The group has the rest of them on. Want to show people how we're making out?
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Guys.
Yeah.
We're not making this up. We're here every week, so you obviously can see it. Okay, this is where we stand for the year, guys, and we're higher than this.
I want to refresh it.
Yeah, I did same thing.
Okay. Okay.
You see, it shows up 202% for the year. It's actually more. It's around 215. Okay, and you look. This is real money. Okay, so out of those 15 or 30 positions, you see 3 or 4 of them. Okay, we have the rest of them on. And what do we say we trade? Commodities, resources, and you look at what we have on. Platinum, gasoline, soybeans, wheat, the wheat we're just talking about. Okay, copper, silver, oil. Okay, we look at these. We don't fool around. We tell you what we're in. We stay with what I think we're at. Sugar. Okay, these are our trades. We put these on. This was the one I told you about, our home run trade of the year. Okay, see, sometimes we keep them on for a while. Look at this. We have it. Just as an example, how we trade, because you have to manage your money properly also. So we bought this $3 and change. Okay, sold it a couple of months later at 4 and change. And then if you go down the road, you'll see that name pop up again. Okay, let me know if you see it again, SBSW. Okay, but you can see the names. Then when I get to it, I'll show you exactly, because some of them are longer term, because we have a strong opinion. Otherwise, the rest of them are anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to 3 week trades, as you can see. We're not day traders. We're not swing traders. We're directional traders. And I use my commodity experience to show you. And sometimes we have strong opinions, like we did in the platinum position. Okay, that SBSW. Okay, once in a while, we'll see opportunities. JetBlue, because you know what? I'll have a gasoline opinion. Aluminum, wheat again. You know, very rarely we trade FX. I watch FX all the time. Orange juice. Okay, so it's here. And then when we want to cash out, we'll go all the way up. Okay. How am I doing this?
Yeah, you could just, use that. Scroll all the way down.
Okay. Okay, and then you want to see some of the ones we have on longer term? Okay, SBSW. Wasting time here.
Is that more recent?
No. All right. Well, sorry about this, guys. I just wanted to show you, give you an example how we hold things for a while. You see SBSW?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So I see the same thing. SBS. Well, this is us getting long the second time. So we gotta go where we cashed out. No, that's where we cashed out.
There's another one.
No, that's where we're buying it. See, I told you we're putting it back on. Okay. Here's where we got out. Very poor. Very poor. It's frustrating.
Yeah, there's a lot of trades to go through.
Yes. Okay. Give you an example. Some of the SBSW, the platinum trade. You have it on in January. We cash it out in July. You buy it at 3. You sell it at 9. It's a home run trade of the year. What you're seeing down at the bottom is we're putting it back on. But you can see this is what we do. Look at our trades. Weeks, sometimes months. We have trades here that you have them on for a while. You got trades here that we're cashing out. It takes them for a while. Okay, 2-month trade. Trading sugar. Okay, but look at it. These are the trades, guys. 389 trades. We're active when the opportunities are there. This was our quietest week of the year as far as trading. We did very few trades. You want to know something? We made 15% this week. And you could ask anyone in the group, it's the quietest we've had. Because we got these on, we're waiting for them to click. We don't see anything that's bullish right now, even though the market, like we said, thinks it's going higher. We don't think so. So we put these trades on. Greens means we make money. Red means we lose money. Okay, so you could see. Almost 400 trades. These are the wins, these are the losses. It's just a batting average. Okay, but you can see what's here. We're right and we're wrong. We have no problem being wrong, but when we lose, we try to lose small. And when we're right, we try to cash in. We got a couple of home run trades in this market. Okay, we have a palladium trade in futures. That's our home run trade. The SBSW is our stock trade, our home run of the year. So you don't see any giant losses, but when you catch something, you see giant wins. And they just keep coming. And that's where we stand right now. See, there's losses here. People always scrutinizing us. I want you to scrutinize. I want you to scrutinize everything that's here. Everything you see here, I want you to scrutinize. Because there's pending means there's stuff we have on right now. So, yeah, you asked about CMG. If we took the loss. Yeah, see, we took the loss. We moved on. You're wrong, you move on. Okay? Because when you're right, see, we got some reds. Meanwhile, we made 15% this week with the greens. Okay, you see a lot of red. You know what these reds are? These are commodities rolling, which is no problem. Okay, that's where we stand. 215% for the year. Okay, see Bungie, see the gold stocks. Okay, we stay balanced. We use my experience, four, sometimes 5 decades, depends which commodities we look at. I recognize traps that I don't think other people do. We stay away from the big names. We stay away from crypto. We're not crypto traders. We look at crypto as a gauge. We look at the big names as a gauge, but we stick to what we know. You know why? Because if I lose money, I know why I lost money. If I make money, I know why I made money. Think about it. You got these big name stocks coming out. Monster earnings. The stock goes lower. You go look at an analyst, they're going to give you the same exact story. I don't want that. I want to lose money because I'm wrong or I'm right. Okay? If you're going to lose money because someone else is wrong or someone else is right, it doesn't work. That's most frustrating. Okay? If you want to join, this is what goes on all day. We have a chat all day. Tell you exactly what our opinion is, what's going on. You can see I'm on every day. I've taken 3 days off in the last 3 years. All 3 days I took off because I had to go to a funeral. I don't take off. I'm here. I'm focused and I'm right here. When we trade, we tell you exactly what we're doing ahead of time, not after the fact. We tell you before the fact. Guys, look, we're looking to go short. We're watching it. Okay, we didn't go short. IMPUI, a platinum trade. Okay, we're selling up cash submitted in. Airline stocks, CMG. Okay, got at it. We show you where we're getting out. Okay, the trades are here. We give you a heads up exactly what we're doing, not after the fact. I know a lot of sites now, they tell you after the fact, oh, guys, I just bought Apple here, and now it's going up. You might want to buy Apple. How about tell me before you buy it that you're looking to buy it, and then we all do it together as a team. We're a team here. We have a giant team. The group gets larger and larger. We manage it well. Nicest people on the planet. Trade a lot of commodities. Okay, and as you can see, you know how you can tell it's successful? I mean, I don't know where they find these things, but hearts and drinking beers and champagnes, whatever that means, you know. So how cool is when you see all that? It makes my day because we're doing all right. Okay, but we've had a pretty good year in commodities. Okay, so that's been working for us too. We have a midday clip that comes out every day. Okay, this is a market that's not investable, in my opinion. It's tradable. So your opinions at 8 o'clock is very easily going to change by 11:15. We come out with a midday clip. Tells you what we're looking for the afternoon, or what we're looking for to continue, or we're looking for reversals. Now, we're making a lot of our money this year recognizing reversals. That's what a trading environment is. Being proactive, seeing things set up. I've been seeing this for how many decades? So I see the traps, and I also see when the reversals are setting up. Doesn't mean I'm right all the time, but if I am right, I'm pretty sure I can make more than I will lose if I'm wrong. And it shows in the performance. Okay, you want to join. This is us, guys. RNTR Trading. Okay, we've got a lot of copycats lately. Why? A lot of clowns want to figure out, and I guess they're not doing too well. They want to piggyback on us. Okay, so you're seeing a lot of RNs or RMs or 2Gs. Okay, well, ours is a little different. You know how we separate? You contact us and we get back to you. We send you a video, we send you the link, we send you a mail, and we set you up if you want to join. Okay, this is how we avoid all this. So if you see people saying, we trade, send us your money, we don't ask you to send your money. Okay, we don't want no one's money. Okay, you want to join and we get back to you. They say they trade crypto, we don't trade crypto. So these are all these fugazi guys. Stay away from them if you're interested here. This is what you get. You get everything we just talked about. Okay, very reasonable price. You can leave the next day. If you don't like this, you can quit. You're not compelled. You get prorate or whatever it is. But think about this. Okay, you got a little deals if you want to get a lot of people have joined for the month and they've immediately, when the first month was over, they said, listen, I want to get the deal. They sign up for 6 months or a year right away. You get everything I just showed you. It's all there. Okay, I don't know where you're going to beat this deal. You see the performance? We think it's going to be the same between now and the end of the year. And we're starting to see what our ideas that took maybe it's the tail end of the summer start to work, and now they are going to work. And I'll tell you one thing, if the stock market starts to go down, because people just think it's just never going to end. We know how to make money on the short side. On these trades that we have on there, we have shorts on there too, that we've made money even in a bull market. So there's 2 ways to perform. You got to know when to make money, know when not to give it back. I don't think people understand what it means not to give it back until they start to give it back. And then their mind gets a little screwed up. We have strategies to get short. Okay, and we're going to start implementing them. We've been bearish, we haven't gotten short, which has been an edge, because we're seeing what we want to see and not giving in, not getting caught in this. But when this thing turns, it's going to be a little vicious because it's extending too far. Now, if you disagree with me, you think everything's going to keep going up, rates are going to get cut, the economy's fantastic, stay on board. Just realize when it turns, everyone in this room, everyone in that room has the same opinion. They're all going to be running for the door at the same time. The door can only let so many people out. That's our edge.
All right, that's
Good?
it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. We will see you next Saturday. Okay, 10 a.m. Keep your eye on TikTok if you can. If you see TikTok going dark, or if you hear the murmur it's going dark, assume we're going to be here at 8:30 in the morning on a Wednesday or on a Friday. We'll try to send you an alert. Okay, we have the videos going out too. If you want, you see our clips are here all the time. I'll see you next Saturday, 10 a.m.